Hey everyone, it's Breezy. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be making a micro home before tiny living drops because I recently watched a Plumbella video where SimGuru Frost challenged her to do a 32 tile build with only $12,000 and no move objects on. And I thought that was intriguing and could be kind of fun, so I decided to do one as well. So here I am counting out the tiles because I don't trust math for my 32 tile home here. I wanted to do kind of an unconventional shape, and I had a dream about these like 3 square pod something. I don't know how I decided to do this, but I really wanted those 3 squares arranged diagonally to start out the home, and right now I'm just deciding what to do with them. I really wanted the kitchen in that middle pod because I feel like the kitchen should be a central part of any house, but it just fits here better anyways. And actually rewatching this, I think I just placed the counter in the wrong spot, and that's why I was having such a hard time in that other space. I probably could have made that work if I had realized that, but I think that this kitchen being a little bit bigger is a little bit better here. So now I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put, that was another part of the challenge, was that you needed to have enough room for 2 adults and a kid. So you need to have a double bed and a single bed of some kind, and I decided to go ahead with the single bed, just as Plumbella did, because I don't want to deal with having a bathtub. And I like these little 3 tile bathrooms for tiny builds. I know that they seem really claustrophobic, and I don't think I would want to be in one in real life, but they are very, very handy when you have such limited space. So now I'm trying to figure out where to put a dining area, and I think that this might work the best. I don't know. I'm going to test and see. Okay, so Sim can walk past that chair even though it's sticking out a little bit farther, and again, a little claustrophobic this build, but it does work when you think about it. And I also wanted to see, like, why can't Sims watch TV in bed? Like, I don't understand this. I obviously wanted this to be a functional build, so I decided to move the TV just above the dining room table there, which will probably hurt their necks, but I guess I'm more worried about function than about their chiropractics. So right now I'm placing the lights, which they're not really showing in the main building because my ceiling isn't finished here, so I will fix that at some point, but right now that's why you're not seeing the room light up the way it should. And I decided to go with like kind of a medium wood color here, just because I so far have like some light colors, some whites, and some blues, and I want to keep a lighter feel here. So I really like this blue color. I think it blends pretty well. And then I never really know what to do with bathrooms. Like, I really don't like tiling, and most bathrooms I see are pretty plain in the far of colors and anything like that. So I opted for a very plain floor. And then I'm just kind of playing around with tiles here. So I think that this half-tiled room adds the most interest, gives a little dimension. And then I am just kind of looking around at that before I put in some windows. So I think because this dining room is here, I really want like a nice place to like look out onto whatever as we're eating here. And so I'm trying to find a nice big window. Oh, there we go. A nice big 3 tile window in order to see out and fit in that space, which I was having a really hard time finding a window that was going to fit in the middle there. So I'm glad this window exists. And now I'm just trying to find some other windows for the house that kind of fit in the spaces. One above the sink because I love looking out when I'm washing dishes or something. And then just kind of filling it in around the rest of the house here too, figuring out like which windows I think look the best. And then just trying to get as many of them in this build as possible so that it looks light and airy, and so that people aren't feeling super claustrophobic in this really small space. So even a tiny window in the bathroom might make a big difference here. And now I'm fixing that ceiling as I promised. And I am terrible with roofs. If you just watched my last tiny home video, you will know that roofs are the bane of my existence, and so I'm just gonna skip the 20-30 minutes that I spend trying to make a roof and just move on from there. So I also added some columns just because like the roof was so awkward that it kind of extended, so I decided to make a little porch area, and now I'm just trying to figure out what the hell to put there. This like space is just not big enough to fit like a chair chair or really anything, or like a dining set. It's very, very small, and I don't have a way to really put in a back door. I mean, I guess I could put it right next to the bed, but that seems so awkward that I really didn't want to do that. So I'm just trying to find anything to fit in this space, and I'm looking at this tree and seeing if that'll look nice, and just anything in here. So then I don't know, maybe some hedges will help out. So I'm putting in some hedges here just to see what the heck I can do. But notice that these are really expensive. I have not noticed this yet at this point in my build, but those are like $200 each. So that really ate up a lot of my money there very quickly. But now I'm going to do a little bit more landscaping, just try and make the outside of the building look nice here. And I did opt for a nice yellow house because this was a nice sunny day, and I just think the yellow is a nice contrast to the blue inside. It keeps it light. It helps me with my roof color to tie it all in together there. And now I'm trying to pretend that I'm not terrible at terrain painting. Actually, it depends on the day. Like, some days I'm pretty decent at it, and other days, like this day, I am apparently very heavy-handed and not doing so great at it. So now I am going to add in just a little bit more decor there, because again, like I think I've said this in previous videos, I tend to put a lot of foliage around the outside of houses because my childhood home had a flower bed all the way around the outside of our house. So there's part of me in my mind that just thinks that that's the way houses are. But in this case, because I don't have a lot of extra money for like an outdoor deck or for like outdoor furniture, I am just trying to figure out what to do with the outside of the house that's not going to break the bank. And then I decided that I didn't want that back porch, so now here I am messing with the roof again. But I think that what I ended up with was a lot nicer as far as kind of keeping the shape of the house seeable and also not having that porch to deal with. So now I can just put some foliage around the outside and not have to worry about filling in strange porch spaces that are too small for anything useful. So now I'm putting in these little bushes here, which are also $80 a piece, and I've decided to put in a ton of them. So again, I still don't think I fully realized that I'm running out of money at this point, and now you can see me trying to fix my terrible terrain painting. I think I did decently there, but I still just undid it before heading back in to put in some more dirt here. So I am kind of going with the flower bed around the house theme. I do kind of like that as far as making it seem like things could be grown there. Like maybe this is a starter house and our little couple here is going to be doing some of their own gardening at some point. And that's why I think it makes sense to have a little bit of the appearance of flower beds around the outside. Wouldn't it be so cute if Sims could actually like garden around the edges of their house like that just to create... I mean, didn't they used to be able to do that where you could like upkeep your landscape flowers? Yeah, we totally had that. And the gardeners would come, and then if they didn't, I would kill all my plants just like I do in real life. So I am trying to decide where in this lot to put this. I didn't like the idea of having a really long lane there, but actually having this really short one is really awkward looking. And I didn't end up having enough money to add in any trees or anything to make our lot look less big for this tiny, tiny house. I mean, this is a 20 by 15 lot, people, and this house just looks so small in comparison. So here I'm trying to create the look of a little garden, add in some little sunflowers, which are again like $200 for just like 3 sunflowers each. And just trying to figure all that out. I have also had a real problem in this where I was like this. You see how the camera's turning there? Like I cut out so many moments already in editing this where I was just like flipping around the camera over and over and over again, trying to get different views of things and figure out where I was going to put things. So I cut that out so you guys didn't have to be nauseous watching my video. But if you see a bunch of jump cuts, that is why that is happening. I'm not taking out me doing anything. I'm just taking out me being like, oh, what does this look like from here, and what should I do with this corner, and can I see this edge of wall that I need to look at? And you don't need to look at that and get really sick. I have noticed that speeding my videos up, there is a little bit of I just move around my mouse a lot for whatever reason, so Now I'm putting in some decorations on the walls. I decided to get rid of some of those extra bushes that I had in order to free up some extra money. So I had to undo a few of those. And I'm just putting in a few different paintings. Like, again, there's not very much open wall space because I put in a lot of windows, but I am doing the best that I can to try and make sure that it looks nice on the inside, even if it's very small. And then there aren't a lot of like white framed photos. Like, I wish that the paintings or the wall decorations had like different frame colors for each thing, because some of these, they all have dark frames, right? Like maybe the actual painting is different or the photo is different, but the frame remains the same. And that's really tough because now I'm trying to get all these light colors in here, and I'm running into a hard time finding paintings that fit that space. So I'm just going to put in a few blinds here just because we are technically still in a neighborhood. I mean, the back looks out onto like this really nice ridge and it's got a beautiful view, but there are bedrooms like right here, so I like the idea of having these blinds in there that you can, like in my mind, you can lower them from the top, even though that's clearly not actually the case here. But in my mind, that's what's happening. We're lowering them from the top, and then we can get the light without people seeing it and being creepers. So now I'm messing with that landscape again, just adding a little more interest with some different kinds of flowers, and I was hoping for some symmetry here with the rocks and the bushes and all that. I clearly like a lot of color in my flowers here. So I am just trying to put in that toilet paper roll, and I really wanted a towel rack like right in the middle of the toilet, but it didn't end up fitting. So now I'm going to do my walkthrough really fast. You can see our teeny tiny kitchen as soon as we walk in, our little dining area. We have our like kid bed over there with the Teen Idol poster. We've got our little back area there with a bookcase and our teeny tiny claustrophobic room here to go to the bathroom in. And then I will upload this onto the gallery under Family Microhome. Check out Breezy WilSim, which is my origin ID. And thank you so much for watching. I hope that you really enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want me to record anything else like this, and I will take on your building challenges. Keep simmering until next time.